Hey guys, I'm Logan to Season 13, Episode 4 of Criminal Minds. Don't forget, we're doing this little... Y'all are doing the sentencing for this episode and the next 3. Here we go.
Wanna go again? Dude, you haven't been home in 3 days. This deadline's kicking my ass. Mine too. You need a break. Hey, check it out. Zach, you cannot say no to that. I am pretty
massage?
That's what she said. Come on.
Bro. What?
He's dead. Bro, he's dead. Did you see who shooting? Yeah, he's running. Wait, no.
Oh my god.
I heard you were looking for me.
Yeah, come on in, have a seat.
Uh-oh. Am I in trouble?
Well, we do have to talk about one of your FD302s. Your report about what happened on the roof with Scratch.
We were on the roof. I was trying to box him in. He still had his weapon on him and he fired on me.
Did you return?
No, I couldn't get a clear shot. He dropped his weapon and he reached over the ledge of the roof. It's just like it happened.
Did you say anything to him?
He begged me for help more than once.
Help me, please.
I didn't try to pull him up.
Help me.
And then just fell to the ground. That'd be at least 50 feet.
You did the right thing. With Scratch, if you'd reached for him, he would have pulled you down. You followed protocol.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Part of me, I thought he
you just
like...
told me, would you write that up?
You got it, boss.
Okay, thank you.
I thought he like pushed him off.
Silicon Valley. What we know for sure is there's a workplace shooting in the office compound of a video gaming company called Gaming.
Yeah, they're cutting edge. They do a lot of virtual reality. I have a feeling they're flight simulator games.
We can't rule out a coordinated attack or an on-wolf.
The situation's still unfolding, so everything's still on the table.
Do they know how many shooters they're dealing with?
Eyewitness accounts indicate a suspect was seen fleeing the building. Do we have a description? No, not yet. No ID and no one in custody.
Well, the sooner we get out there, the better.
We'll brief more on the jet. Wheels up in 10.
Wheels up in 10? Shit! That is not legal, I don't think. Potentially military grade. Well, legal. Sometimes when I say guns are not legal, it's not necessarily true. It's just there's like so many hoops to jump through that it's basically not legal.
The scene has been secured and there's no active shooter on site.
Is there any security camera footage?
That was jammed. No footage.
Jammed?
Say that there are 3 people dead, a security guard, Douglas Bell, and 2 other employees, Zach Devlin and Rafi Abdullah.
This is...
Rafi Abdullah was an Indian national, Muslim. He was working in the U.S. on an H-1B visa.
He also had a green card and is considering applying for citizenship.
I mean, if one of them was targeted, the other 2 could have just been...
targeted, we could be looking at a hate crime.
Yeah.
What are we hearing from the scene? Is the body count holding steady?
That is
The
a
other
bit
2
of good
could have just
news.
been
There were
for
80
looks.
people in the building. There's no other reports of casualties. There were a few minor injuries when they were getting...
Tara, you head to the DHS field office. The rest of us will go straight to the scene. Agent Richardson from Homeland Security is expecting us.
Oh,
We've been getting statements.
didn't know I was working
Inside
today.
the building at the time of the shootings. Glad to have you help with that.
Of course.
The guy did 2 tours in Afghanistan when he was shot multiple times, mid-range, in the head and torso.
How many shots did Bell fire?
None. His firearm was in his hand when we found the body, but it hadn't been fired.
He might have recognized the gunman. That could have made him hesitate.
I don't think he saw the gunman.
To return fire, you're right. There's a fire alarm on that wall. Are you the one that pulled it?
Yeah, that was me. I hoped I might startle the shooter, make him stop.
I was standing right here. I saw him get shot.
I'm sorry, I know it was traumatic.
don't think anybody saw him.
He yelled, "Everybody get down!" And then he ran back that way towards the conference room.
So you were in the conference room.
I'm a team leader. I was running a marketing meeting for my project group.
And were you aware of what was going on out here?
We heard the shots.
Y'all realize they have to be having holding a gun to be the shooter? You realize that,
I shouted, "Everybody get down!"
Not just somebody running for safety.
A lot of people think they saw a lot of things, not all of it accurate.
Okay, so Devlin and the security guard Bell must have been killed in rapid succession. Bodies are several yards away from one another. Now, Devlin was hit with 14 rounds, Bell with 17. The overkill could mean that the motive was personal.
Well, even with that many rounds fired, there were only a handful of strays.
Right. There were 2 shooters. Multiple shooters are rare, I know.
But it does fit our crime scene. We can't rule it out.
2 gunmen would increase the level of planning and premeditation. Recently or not so recently fired employees carrying a grudge, maybe somebody Hugh Fitzgerald was friendly with?
Nothing recently that I can find. I was only looking at current firing. Should I go back farther?
Okay, we'll follow up with Fitzgerald.
Oh, I already did. Hugh Fitzgerald was seen on the premises earlier today.
Let's get an APB.
Down.
Seems too easy. Oh, he's running.
Looks like there's a freeway entrance about a mile ahead.
I don't want to lose him.
Local back has been notified and the highway patrol at the APB. There's no way we're gonna lose this guy.
I swear if he has some stupid reason.
My kid is in the car. Don't shoot.
Okay.
What the hell were you thinking?
I don't know. I panicked. I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to what? Shoot up your office?
No.
You were seen on the premises right before the shooting.
I was just packing up my things. You can ask around and they'll tell you. Look, I just...
Get your hands back up!
You're so freaking stupid, dude.
Just wanted you to see that I still have a box of things, stuff online, and it said some things that I shouldn't have.
Yeah, some racist anti-immigrant rants?
Okay.
His hand's twitching a lot.
I'm not proud of it. And I know it was wrong. I've never done anything like that before, ever. I don't even know why I did it.
You keyed a car. That's why you didn't pull over? That's why you put your daughter's life at risk?
I panicked. Okay. I have a lot of anxiety about authority. I am an idiot.
Clearly.
Not a killer. I'm so sorry.
What are we getting from the scene other than a bunch of unreliable witness statements?
The physical evidence is pretty straightforward. Multiple rounds went into each of the 3 victims with very little indiscriminate
What
spray
a
of gun.
dummy. Oh
If the
my
Unsub one
god.
was he would have stayed on the scene and taken out as many people as possible in that building.
Were you sitting on a ball? Oh, aren't those like exercise kind of thingies? You like bounce up? I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
Garcia, how many employees in this office?
12 coders, no support staff. 9 people. We worked in 3 8-hour shifts.
9 people.
Did these 4 always work together?
No, actually, their schedules rarely coincided. So.
Okay, well, it's not like the Unsub walked right through the front door, and that window's about 15 feet up off the ground. How did he get up there? Yeah, and the longer it took to break in, the greater the likelihood that one of the victims would see everything and would alert the others.
These bullets were coming from impossibly high trajectories. The Unsub would have had to have been crouched on the ceiling to take some of those shots.
That doesn't make sense.
It does if there wasn't a gunman, which would also explain why the security guard never returned fire at the first scene.
Well, somebody shot all these people.
No, not somebody, something.
A drone?
A drone.
A drone being operated from a different location by our
Oh my god, that makes
And drones
sense.
are readily available to hobbyists.
This one would have had to been modified or designed and built to accommodate a fire.
We believe we're dealing with a lone Unsub who's using a drone to kill multiple targets in each location. We're looking for a white male, probably mid to late 20s, and extremely tech astute.
And the drone being used is not your run-of-the-mill hobbyist drone. It's custom built to be a fully automatic remote weapon.
We've obtained security camera footage of the device, and it shares features with certain military drones, although this one is much smaller.
As a result, we believe this Unsub may be ex-military or military trained.
Most importantly, this Unsub seems to have a kill list. Rather than indiscriminately shooting as many people as possible at the first location, he specifically targeted his victims.
This is creative.
He murdered 7 individuals, all of them employed in the tech industry.
The connection between them will be the key to identifying the Unsub.
And until we make that connection, the Unsub will continue working his way down that list, perhaps targeting more tech companies.
That's wild.
He was probably the only victim killed who wasn't on the list. But given he was armed, he could have disabled the drone. He was probably taken out because he presented a threat. So, Devlin and Abdel were coders for a virtual reality gaming company. The other 4 coders worked for a software gaming company, but in different capacities.
That's too broad.
And something else. Look, each one of the victims was unemployed for approximately 3 months in 2016.
You're right. The dates don't completely overlap.
What?
They all fall between February and July of 2016.
They all got a job and you didn't?
What were they doing?
There's 4 more coders dead, and all of them on the team. All right, I can't just pretend like it's not happening. What do you want me to do?
Hey, Tori, how have you been?
Interesting. Oh, he took one now. Okay.
She has access to sensitive information. Her calls could be encrypted for security reasons.
Peakstone, private military consulting firm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I worked with some of their contractors in Afghanistan. Those guys are a different breed. They're not quite civilian, not quite military.
You're sure this isn't just about you wanting to steer clear of Peakstone?
It's about making sure that the team with the greatest proficiency takes the helm.
Why are you doing this?
Just drive.
Where are you taking me?
You don't get to ask questions, and you don't get answers. Just do what I tell you to do.
Tara Halstead freelanced for Peakstone. She was in charge of putting together and supervising drone teams. A drone team consisted of 6 coders and 1 drone pilot. The coders were supposed to create a military drone specifically designed to appeal to gamers.
Because blowing away computer graphics is exactly the same as killing human beings?
Okay, I just want to say that multiple studies have shown that you can totally be into first-person shoot-'em-up games and be a complete pacifist. But I guess the marketing behind this was using your gaming expertise to do something patriotic, and the pay was really good.
Well, they needed the recruits.
The marketing worked. Hundreds of drone operators were stationed overseas and embedded with various Air Force squadrons.
That could have been overwhelming to guys recruited for their ability to hang out in their mom's basement playing Call of Duty.
If our Unsub is a former drone operator, it could also explain why he's targeting the coders who developed the software. He could hold them responsible for making killing seem like a game.
People weren't in active combat, but still racked up casualties.
Any speculation as to why?
None. According to official reports, the final mission was extremely successful. It was an insurgent camp in the Helmand province of Afghanistan. A lot of casualties. 372 dead.
Damn. Need the name of that civilian drone operator. He's on inside.
I know that. Do you think I don't know that? But Peakstone has its data in a vault. I'm doing the best I can.
I really didn't think you'd remember me.
I do. I was so happy when you joined the team.
You made it sound like I'd just be playing video games.
You were fighting for our country. You should be proud of your service.
I wanted to be. But I'm not like the enlisted guys.
You served with them, side by side.
Those flyboys looked down their noses at me and said I never really put my life on the line. I stayed safe and just killed with a flick of a button. Because people aren't grass, and people aren't weeds.
They're terrorists. You were doing what needed to be done, keeping the people of this country safe.
They don't look like people on the screens. Do you know what they call the little ones?
I don't know.
Fun-sized terrorists. Like
candy bars.
Yikes.
They were just kids. Little kids.
You're Homeland Security. You have military connections. I need the name of the civilian drone operator on the team. He's our unsub.
The military doesn't have his name.
So who has it?
What?
Only the people who hired him.
Peakstone.
There's nothing I can do.
No.
You know someone at Peakstone. I'm asking you to reach out.
It doesn't matter. Peakstone won't release the name.
Then give me the name of your contact and I will try. I will take all the blowback. Please, I have to try. A woman's life depends on
She
it.
keeps doing stuff like that.
You and me, I don't have anything to do with those letters. That's Peakstone.
Oh, you are Peakstone.
That is not what I do. Other people at the company do that. People higher up than me.
It breaks everything down by mission. Don't you know?
Know what, Jake? I told you, after I get a team up and running, I don't have anything to do with the missions.
Oh boy.
I wish I didn't know.
Holy shit!
I don't often have the pleasure of hosting domestic law enforcement, given that our bailiwick is national security.
I only need one thing. The name of the drone pilot on the team that Tori Hofstad put together in 2006.
I cannot believe she actually...
Confidential.
Have you ever pressed that guarantee when you've employed a serial killer?
If the pilot you're looking for became unstable, it most likely happened after he left Peakstone.
Why would that happen?
Sometimes, like discharged military personnel, the one they get thanking them for their service and providing them with statistical information on their missions.
Statistical information? You mean body counts?
Yes, among other things.
You
Why
do that?
would you give them
Yeah,
that letter?
honestly, why the hell would you do that?
Protocol designed to protect them.
That kind of letter. In my line of work, we call that a trigger.
You make it sound so sinister. They're aware from the beginning that they will be given those statistics at the end of their service. Those who can't handle it don't open them.
Not everyone has the self-awareness to make that decision. Now, if you add that trigger to an unstable individual, you get...
You get what?
Oh my god, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all. What did you do with the gun?
Emily got shut down by Peakstone.
She didn't get the unsub's name?
Nope, they wouldn't give it to her.
Is that even legal?
Unfortunately, it is. But she
It's
did get
definitely
some
legal.
information about how to work with contractors. She said that each departing drone pilot received a letter detailing the number of casualties from each of their missions.
Wow. Talk about a trigger.
Yeah, especially for someone engaged in remote combat.
Tori Hofstad escaped. She flagged down her car. They took her to St. Anne's Hospital. She seems unharmed, but they're holding her for observation.
I didn't want to hurt him. I thought he was gonna kill me.
Tori.
His name was Jake Logan. I hired him as a civilian drone pilot for one of my teams.
He took you to his house.
So you're telling me there's a last name Logan and a last name Richardson in the same episode?
No, he was just, talking. He really wasn't making a lot of sense. No. Mm-mm. He was just rambling, And I was really scared.
How did you get away?
Why would you lie?
He seemed confused.
Why would you lie?
So he put the gun down. I shot the gun and I ran, it just all happened so fast.
Oh, this is the place. Oh. Damn. What?
Victim. Tori, she said she only fired once.
This guy was shredded.
Just like his earlier victims.
What?
Could have been hacked.
So, one of the unsub dead.
What?
Tori's hiding something.
Every time we asked her for details, she claimed up.
I found a lot of awful I didn't expect.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I looked into military strikes and insurgent camps that had that number of casualties.
372.
Yeah, 372. The thing is, there's no record of that kind of bombing at an insurgent training camp with that number of casualties. Atrocious. I found a bombing that resulted in 372 casualties, but it wasn't at an
Civilian
insurgent training
casualties.
camp. It was at an elementary school. Little kids, all under the age of 12.
It's terrible. They were probably worried she'd come clean about the school bombing.
They had it right where they wanted her.
Murdering the Unsub was only half the job. They were going to use the drone to kill them both.
Yeah, Tori's unfinished business.
I'm taking over. You can leave.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. You're gonna shoot her?
Drop your weapon. Drop it.
Wow!
I know my rights. I want a lawyer.
Oh my God. Oh my God, he was gonna kill me. Jake's last mission. Okay, it was a mistake. But Jake, he blamed everybody at Peakstone, the coders.
A mistake?
Me.
How?
He said we turned him into a murderer. That was an accident, okay? We never meant for that to happen. I thought this was all over, and then he started killing those coders.
You knew it was Jake. That's why you called your contact at Peakstone?
I thought he'd protect me. After everything I had done for that company.
You were just as much a liability to them as Jake Logan.
They murdered him. If you hadn't escaped, they were going to kill you too.
I trusted them. God, was so stupid.
Oh boy.
Tori Halstead. We're putting you in custody.
What? What? Are you... Oh, no! No! No!
You're under arrest.
Wow.
The murderer survives the victim only to learn that it was himself that he longed to
That's a lot. Y'all got a lot of work to do. Holy shit.
Oh, and I got your report on Scratch, thank you.
No problem.
You didn't have to stay late to finish it, though.
It didn't take long. I'd see you're still digging your way out of this mountain of papers.
It somehow managed to metastasize over the 6 weeks we were off. But what are you going to do? Late nights happen.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean you should skip dinner.
No way. You brought dinner? Oh, wow, that is so perfect.
I figured you'd be hungry. You know. Ty, okay?
Oh, totally okay. Thank you
Hell
so
yeah.
much. You gotta stay and have dinner with me.
Oh, I actually brought she's ill with my pet sitter, and it's too late to pick her up now. I'll swim by in the morning.
Good. Eating alone in the office is the torture.
Yeah.
Wow. So, just kind of like a refreshing of everything that happened. And y'all have to do the sentencing. I'm doing them, but I'm not going to share them because I don't want to influence anybody. If you do actually want to know what my sentencing was, you can just ask and I'll let you know. But, so, 7 people were killed, 372 people in a school. Take that for however you want to interpret that, whether or not you think it was an accident or false information or, you know, however you interpret it, it's your job, not my job. There was some kidnapping in there. There's some probably illegal weapons being used. You know, and then you got that whole Peakstone company. You know, the owner, the head up guy. What about the person who they forced to do stuff? Force them to do stuff for them. You know, where are you gonna do? How are you gonna do this sentencing? You got a lot. You got a lot of different people to kind of focus at, and a lot of different sentencing structures to go on. Best of luck. This is probably a lot. There's a lot of sentencings, but I'm curious to see what y'all come up with. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. We're on to the next one. I will see y'all next time.